Labs is owned 50-50 by Wallenius Wilhelmsen and the Wilhelmsen Group. Raw Labs is set up to enable maritime companies to harness data, drive digitalization, and adopt technology to take a leap into the future. Please welcome on stage, Ari Marjamaa.
Back in the days, I'm sure that many of you used dial-up modems to connect to the internet. Buzzing and beeping in all its 56 kilobit glory, they were anything but fast. And as you were sitting there waiting for your email to leave the outbox, it would have been extremely hard to imagine a service like Netflix streaming thousands of high-resolution videos to millions of simultaneous users across the world, consuming their entertainment on small mobile handheld devices. So when you look at the current infrastructure, it's always hard to imagine what might come next. Now shipping might not be on dial-up any longer, but we still find ourselves in an environment where we have billions of dollars worth of assets floating around the world, occasionally and expensively connected to the cloud. Modern software lives in the cloud, vessels don't. And there is a need to bridge that gap. Actually, if you think of the vessel as a phone, we would rather that it was a smartphone than an old, dumb one. And to make a vessel into a smartphone, it needs an operating system. So it needs a ship OS. Now you might think, well, that's a catchy name, and I like that, but why do we need that? Well, you need it because getting access to data from vessels is still surprisingly hard. The lack of a standardized onboard infrastructure, the abundance of old systems out there, and the current silos of the equipment stacks already on board make this a daunting task. You need it because deploying applications at scale to your fleet is challenging, often involving the use of CD-ROMs or USB sticks and dedicated onboard hardware. You need it because the innovators and entrepreneurs out there with great ideas for applications that can empower your crews to make better decisions, lower costs, and reduce emissions, they find it very hard to scale beyond the first few pilot vessels because deploying software is hard and there is no infrastructure to deploy it to onboard. You need it because although the data belongs to the owners, they need a modern architecture to allow the data to be shared across systems and applications and users to ensure that we maximize the impact from digitalization, democratizing the access to data. So we believe that a ship OS needs to be an open source collaboration to enable digitalization of shipping and create innovation on top of the data. So Raw Labs has been set up to support our owners in staying ahead of the technological curve. So we man the lookout to make sure that we move in the right direction, and we sweat it out in the engine room to make real change happen. But our owner's vision also implies that we work with and for the industry at large, shaping the maritime industry. And we believe that we are needed. Our industry is currently facing significant challenges. Complying with new environmental regulation rightfully placed on us, while at the same time improving operational and financial performance, is a big ask. It's actually such a big ask that we need some new tricks. So incremental improvements are no longer going to suffice. We need to leverage technology and digitalization to make sure that we up our game. And further, to ensure that we as an industry comply with the regulation, not only a select leading few, we need to put something in place that enables us to do that. Many of you will want to consume data from your vessels. You will want to deploy applications to empower your crews. You will want to develop digital and technology, sort of technological solutions that you want to scale across the global fleet. If you're an equipment maker, you might want to make your products attractive, which means making the data from them available. You all rely on the modern architecture. Actually, you all rely on a ship OS to make your digital ambitions come true. we're already working with a number of industry players on this vision. And if you would like to join the effort, we would very much like to welcome you as well. After all, there is truth in the old African saying that if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. Thank you for the attention.